doing good. No, 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 no. It's not Trucy. Trucy would never. Trucy, never, ever, ever. Right. Let's hop into this. Phew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth.
I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sadmati either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on as if it's nothing.
Let it go and move on, huh? Who would this be? I'm guessing Martinez? Or Emma. I'm gonna go with Martinez. Whoa, boy. Am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Yeah, I thought so. I was like, Emma wouldn't call them villains. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now, smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? Interesting, interesting. He knows the Grammary Creed, okay. Guessing he stole the book? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammary? Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged in the frame. It looks like a... Athena? Athena. 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 Destroy this man. Destroy... No one will be upset if you pummeled him right now. Destroy him. She should kill him. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse.
Do you want me to get the bailiff?
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me.
Huh? What happened to the camera?
Will you do sleight of hand? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. He did a magic trick. He's a magician. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. He called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose?
Apollo? That thing Mr. Martinez just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's pretty big sleight of hand for like a camera that size. Like, is sounding like a magician to me. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that?
I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills.
Okay, Trucy, we got it. No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Who could this be? Who could this potentially be? I guess Bonnie. She's literally... Or Betty. But it sounds more like Bonnie, probably.
Mr. Lawyer?
Oh, I'm so good. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see... Hey, dummy! What are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? But, Betty... Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this?
You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you harebrain. Oh my god. Bonnie. Punch her.
but I... Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me now.
I wonder what was bothering her.
There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that.
Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying?
Yeah, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Retinas has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. Oh, Trucy, my poor girl. She's been through so much. Aw. You're Trucy Wright, and you'll be fine.
Oh! There goes Apollo with his best trick.
That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine.
Alright, we'll give it a try. I'm Trucy Wright, and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
That a girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great.
Thanks. I'll be fine. I can do this.
Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Let's do this. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail. The last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see any of you on stage. OMG, she teleported.
She learned Bonnie and Betty's trick.
Trucy has a twin all along, and her twin was the murderer. Everyone has twins. Also, what the heck, gallery? The last member of that criminal troupe. How much of the troupe was criminals? Technically none of them. Technically... Now, they're not all good guys. But none of them are criminals. Alleged, maybe, but they're innocent. We know that. The deeper facts. I know the public probably still might think Zach Gremery was a murderer. But he's innocent. Yeah. Criminal troupe. Just more like dead troupe. Hey, most of them are dead, you know. Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers?
I bet they're the fans Mr. Retina's invited.
What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out. Now then, Miss Wright, this court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic.
Hurry up and convict her already.
Give her the death penalty. What the hell? Give her the death penalty. Nya ha 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 ha. What the hell? What is wrong with the gallery? Are these guys from Karayan? Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this.
I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Oh, despite everything, it's still you. Our Trucy's amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop grammary creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody.
The stupendous sword switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword.
This is adorable. This is an adorable way to do testimony. I love it. I love all the fun stuff they added in this game.
Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo! There, I switched it. And now... Hup! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber!
Cute. That's so cute. That's a cute trick. But... Bravo, Miss Wright!
Wow, she switched them in a flash!
I couldn't see her do it at all! She's completely turned the room around.
The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
She should stab the people in the gallery. The fans that Mr. Retina's brought. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain?
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Oh. I accidentally opened something. It's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
I already know what the prosecutor's gonna say. I managed to get some of his power. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? Oh ho ho!
That's our Trucy.
Yeah, still. He's gonna say she reversed the trick. Oh no. Miss Wright? Oh no, don't tell me there's a contradiction. Is that... Oh no. That part where you spun around. Did she not spin around in the show? Oh no, Trucy. That's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right?
Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. Oh, he saw it too. Oh, God, we gotta watch the video. Does she spin around? Tell me she spins around. Okay, yeah. Mr. Hat, yeah, wow. Yeah. We see Bonnie directing away attention. There goes Mr. Hat. Here's Trucy. Alright, does she spin? Ooh! Was that a... Okay, yeah, she didn't spin, but... Did anyone else see that? Was that a cut? It looked like a jump cut. It could have been my imagination. I'm wondering if that's gonna be the thing, if someone cut out the footage of her spinning. Interesting. Interesting, yeah. Okay, I got that. I see the contradiction. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there. But now I found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness, but try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic. Okay, so he's telling me not to press. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Trucy, how'd you do it? How did you do the trick? Tell us now, or you're going to jail for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and presto sordo. There, I've switched it. Okay.
Objection!
Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
What is it, Apollo?
There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage.
What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times.
What's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here, and the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it.
What? But I did it.
So, it really is the exact moment you switched the swords?
Yes, that's right.
I knew it. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused's lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show?
No, Your Honor, I'm saying someone messed with the footage.
I saw a jump cut. Probably. I could be crazy, but it looked like a jump cut. No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean,
I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false.
But...
Now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Reyes' death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense,
The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice.
She's gonna deck him.
I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now.
But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it. Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I am afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions. It's such a shame.
But I did switch the swords, I swear.
You're knee-deep in it now, Justice.
Bonnie. Excuse me.
Let's see, you are... which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Botty?
It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Bonnie knows. Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Reyes.
Bonnie?
Hey, what's the big idea? such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet.
Get her, Bonnie, get her.
What's the matter with you? Did you hear me? Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength.
She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty.
I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm gonna be brave.
Oh, Bonnie.
Ugh, what have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You practically brainwashed her. Isn't the power of Trucy's... It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart.
Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess?
Yes. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if it was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Objection.
Edited footage. Of course it is. The show has only been performed once after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection.
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well, I have some show footage.
And it hasn't been submitted why? Until now, Bonnie? I'm kidding. You do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine.
Oh. No. Oh, no.
He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
Oh, no, Bonnie. My poor girl. I'll rescue you, Bonnie. You don't deserve this. He did.
To tell you the...
Oh, Bonnie, no! Oh my god, I need to rescue her. My sweet girl.
To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Hold it.
Oh. Please submit that footage to the court. Oh. I kind of am scared to watch it. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Oh no. Alright. Oh, come on. Leave her alone. Jesus. Okay. Can't see Trucy. Oh. Are those cards new? I don't remember seeing cards when we watched the footage. Okay, that's when the dead body fell out. Interesting. Wow. Okay then. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Yeah, Athena, I think so. I think he also should be fired. Well, defense, do you still believe this new footage is worth inspecting? Yes. I think I saw something that wasn't in the original footage. Of course I do. Okay,
So how are we gonna go about this?
let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them.
An inconsistency, huh?
Yeah, the two pieces of the footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we could pick out what's different between the two,
We'll know what Bonnie found strange.
exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword-switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well. I will allow it. What a waste of time.
Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage?
No, I've never done it before. Oh no, they're giving a tutorial. Are we gonna have to do this a lot throughout this game? Oh no. A new mechanic? Oh no. Oh man, I love video footage evidence. Yay.
I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video player's buttons to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button. If you want to halt the playback, just use the pause button. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback.
Okay, and so how do I switch between the two videos?
Just use the switch camera button. Now if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and present it to the court.
Thanks, Athena. You really know your stuff.
Not really. I just gave it some gusto and then went with my gut on most of it.
What? I sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the cards, so we'll compare that. Oops. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. No cards were flown.
Take that!
This is it right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards?
Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick.
What? Mr. Justice, does this mean... Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. Oh boy. Oh, this guy. It's you. Now, hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big understanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please take my card. A business card? Yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in the country. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir, or... That's so good. That's so good. Oh my god. I'm gonna be right back. I feel like this is a good line to pause on. I'll be right back. Gamer. I'm back. How do you... I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin', homie? For example. Stupid. It says stupid. Oh-ho! You're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Retinas, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby." Oh my! So you're the Ratings Raja? Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice courtroom you got here. I never thought I'd meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to the Burger Barn? Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? 'Cause that line? Woo! Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. Dang.
I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers.
I wonder what the original thing was in the original Japanese version. I wonder what he stayed in line for. That's so funny. Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside. Not you liking burgers has made me laugh. Mr. Martinez, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. You just have it with you? It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Okay. That's such good sleight of hand. Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Reyes. Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap the swords as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Reyes when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script? If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon's set piece came crashing down. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Reyes when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody'd be the wiser. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. You mean Mr. Hat's shadow? Just Mr. Hat going up. It's toward the ends of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to just see it for yourselves. There's another one? Oh yeah. Weird. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. This suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
Objection!
This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. Whoa, whoa, no ramming down throats in my courtroom. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified a bit about it? I've seen people testify on TV and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me. Prosecutor Sadmati? This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. Alright, with Prosecutor Sanmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Martinez. Roger Martinez, the ratings Raja, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. God, this guy's the worst. It wasn't deliberate, I tell you. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together and longer, boring scenes are cut out. I think her spinning and cards going flying isn't boring. I think the footage of her just kind of standing there for a minute, sure, I can see you cutting that. But a cool part where she's spinning and cards go flying, that's awesome. You liar. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage? I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword-swapping scene was cut? That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection. How cool. It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There. I got some good stuff there. Mr. Martinez, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops. My bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination. Why am I getting in trouble? What? Okay. I have some questions.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? This seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, Big Shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Then, let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell ya, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law. I do too. The first 2 rules of it. What a callback. And boy, do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it. Oh my god. We're actually following evidence law. That's crazy. It's gonna be the clipboard, because we can present it now. Because it's been made relevant to the case as per due the— oh my god. I can't believe it's been so long since evidence law has been brought up. I think the once and only time it was ever brought up was in the 5th episode of the first game. What a throwback we got here with evidence law. That's crazy.
Take that!
It's been made relevant, so we can present it now. Huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. The $3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum, you think, Judge? I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. We're broke. We're broke as hell. Nevertheless, Roger Martinez had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Because he is a con man.
Conned her? How did he do that?
Carbon paper, Your Honor.
There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. But $3 million, that's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Martinez. Here's your proof linking me to that tricked out clipboard. You don't have any, do you?
Hold it!
This clipboard is yours, though, isn't it, Mr. Martinez? Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway. That much I know. Maybe it was an old prop from one of our TV shows that got used by mistake. Or maybe you used it on purpose to con Miss Wright. Mr. Martinez has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to try and get out of paying your agency's debt. That's not what I'm doing!
Proof Mr. Martinez is connected to the carbon paper, huh? If Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract, then there must be an original contract that Trucy actually did sign.
True, but I bet Martinez is too savvy to leave something like that behind as evidence. But what if her signature was copied onto more than just one, but then just the fake contract? Oh, okay. The note?
Like a third document with Trucy's signature on it? Have I seen anything like that, though?
Okay. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Let me continue my testimony. Okay, we got it. Yeah.
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? Think of the viewers. You know, like a newscaster. I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one here on this contract. Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. Okay, hold on. So they're saying that the signature was copied onto both Trucy's note and the contract at the same time? When she signed the fake contract? Because they're saying that signatures are exactly the same. That's not how... Okay. That's not how carbon paper works. That's not how it works. You can't do it at the exact same time. Unless, like, if she was writing on this contract and then it copied over that. That makes sense. That's fine. You can't introduce a third piece of paper in there. That's not how carbon paper works. Oh boy. Oh jeez. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice. Unless it's a copy. Okay. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent. Like, if we compared it with, like, the original like, if, like, the evidence here was not this note, if the actual evidence was the fake contract she signed or whatever, sure, that's how carbon paper works. That's how it works. You can't introduce a third paper. I have carbon paper. I'm gonna test this later. I have carbon paper. I'm gonna test this later. I'm gonna try to figure out a way this magician's trick was done. I'll get back to you guys next stream on if I could replicate his trick. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Also, and I didn't want to say this, but now that we're pointing out flaws with the carbon paper, how is it, like, is the back open? Like, how is it getting to the actual carbon paper? Like, is the material, like, really, like, super mega thin? Is the clipboard carbon paper itself? Like, ooh. I have lots of thoughts and feelings. And we're not even getting into the fact that I'm not even gonna bother today with the fact that the contract is not legally binding. I could tell you're into arts. This episode is really bringing out like all like the artistic sides of me. Like I like the magic stuff. I get the theater stuff with like the glow in the dark tape, the carbon paper because I use carbon paper and stuff. It's getting to me. Contract law because the writer should hire you to fix their plot holes. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Martinez. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client, so the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right?
Objection.
What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will towards Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right, I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I'd never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show, so I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those gramarye magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes. I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Oh boy. Oh boy. I see where this is going. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Martinez and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden?
Connection?
What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims.
Objection!
Who are you calling feckless? I have lots of fecks. Sorry. Oh my god. You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Well, I really... Very well then. Do proceed.
Did you figure something out, Apollo?
Nope, not a thing.
What?
That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training.
I hope you know what you're doing.
If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Martinez? Oh no, what is that? No, that's awful. god. I don't even want to...
Hi, Micah. Things are going great.
Ew. She's 17. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Retinas did during the recess earlier.
Things are going great, Micah. Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff?
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What if Mr. Retinas is a magician too? What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me. You sure like to other times, Judge. Why not now? Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the line. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Okay, damn. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit. He isn't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Retinas perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. He must be seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? Literally, Apollo's eyesight is like his thing. His thing is he's good at seeing. Athena's is she's good at hearing. If a connection as tenuous as that is all that it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will towards the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pone Pone. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. Whoa, crazy! We've upgraded! We've upgraded from stink bug to potential monkey. A numbskull for a numbskull. Ugh. Well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there.
I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it?
Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Gramarye. Oh? No way! Oh, God. Is something wrong, Mr. Justice? Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see. And what sort of evidence do you have for us? Evidence that points to the real killer. The one who had a motive to commit this crime. What? His eyelashes are very nice. Sorry. And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Gramarye in its name. That puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge against Miss Wright.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice? Zach Gramarye, her father, back from the dead after being killed by Christoph Gavin in the Borscht Bull Club. He has risen from the ashes like a phoenix to come back and frame his daughter for murder. It's Thalissa Gramarye. After regaining her memory. Yeah, it's Mr. Reyes. 13 years ago, the great Mr. Reyes belonged to Troop Gramarye. But then, the troop ousted him, and Mr. Reyes vowed to get his revenge on them someday. He does look like the magician now that I'm looking at it. It was 13 years ago, too, so... And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir? But Mr. Reyes is the victim, Mr. Justice. You've named a dead man as your suspect. But is he really dead? The corpse stands up and like dances. He's like, hey! And welcome to our prank show! Oh my god, it really was the prank script all along. The prank was on Apollo at the whole time. What do you mean, is he really dead? We did an autopsy, Mr. Justice. If the fact that Mr. Reyes is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Reyes? See how his arms positioned in a way where we can't see the scar? So we couldn't compare if he has the scar or not? Because the front of his arm... Oh, maybe. Yeah. The front of his arm is on the ground. That's pretty clever. Oh, it was a prank. If it was all a prank on Apollo, that'd be pretty dramatic for him. Even Trucy was in on it. She's like, haha, I played the part of the defendant. Very good, wouldn't you say? And then the curtains opened, and they were on stage the whole time. It's all one elaborate ruse. What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Reyes? What do you mean the victim was an imposter? Among Us. Not Mr. Reyes? Then what about the real Mr. Reyes? It would mean the real Mr. Reyes is still alive. No, that's absurd. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Reyes, if not the victim of this case? It was all a prank on Nayuta as well. No. Nayuta was in on it. Nayuta pulls off the wig. He's like, actually, it's me, Miles Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Reyes, if not the victim of this case? It's all coming together now. I thought we've already established this. Finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. I thought we already established. This should explain everything, Your Honor. Judge pulls off his mask to reveal Phoenix, and then Athena pulls off her mask to reveal the judge. Oh my god, they just pull a Phantom, and everyone's pulling off their masks. And Trucy pulls off her mask narration. Athena probably get this mask ripped off to reveal Trucy. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Gramarye and wanted to sully its name. Oh! Yeah, see how every time he shows up, he deliberately, Oh, never mind. The scar would be there. Yeah, he doesn't have the scar! For a notification that says Catch 3000 is now offline, you're pretty online. Yeah, we had some, like, issues earlier. I don't know what that's about. For some reason, the stream started, and then it started going, immediately disconnecting. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Reyes in his stead. The real Mr. Reyes is Roger Retina. Mr. Hat's revenge. But that's... Then the mask on the body is pulled off to reveal a dead Apollo. No. Yes it is. Roger Retinez is the real Mr. Reyes. What? Him? Got him.
Objection.
Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless, empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die-hard fans of the genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. I can prove it by... the scar, right? Proving that Mr. Reyes in yesterday's magic show was a fake. Literally cannot you out of here. They belong in a different franchise. I know. He is so out of place. It's gonna be the scar. And to do that, I just need you to look at this spot on this poster. Zach Gramarye, back from the dead.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Reyes sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, the video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury. Oh my! You're absolutely right. Are they too young for Apollo? No. There? He's 25. He's older than Apollo. But there might be other reasons why it's pretty rough. Oh my! You're absolutely right! Now, Mr. Martinez, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? In that case, is he claimed? Nope, he's free. Go ahead, Matt. All yours. Now, Mr. Martinez, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Is there something I should know before I go ahead? No, genuinely, you're all good. You're all good, homie. Being sincere. Well, Mr. Martinez, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there, because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. There's the scar! Oh, Mr. Reyes. Is this what you were hoping to see? Oh! There it is! The scar! Doom! Just as I thought. That's right. I am the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Reyes. This is totally absurd. Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? That this odious mark carved into me by Troop Gramarye would bring me back into the limelight once more. He's dressed like he's at the beach. Strange are the karmic threads before me. If the witness is the real Mr. Reyes, then who is the victim who perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Reyes. I was literally lying down in my bed last night thinking about this trial, then this theory came up in my mind. In confidence, I told him my true identity, and let him take on my mantle. And when did this man take over for you? About 2 years ago. I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic, on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Martinez, or should I say, Mr. Reyes? In your hatred for Troop Gramarye, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And then set up Miss Wright to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Gramarye name. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true. But it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet, she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of those Gramaryes.
Objection!
What?
But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? Yeah, his head fell off. Yikes. Eek. His head. Just kidding. What the heck was that? Oh my god, his hoodie is like cape. That's so funny. This track is stunning. Heed my words, lawyer lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Apollo, we knew this. Recall defense that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Retinas was at Take-Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Yeah, that's right. Forgot all about that. Ho ho ho. So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on this matter? Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's a cool trick. Very well then. On with the show. Are you watching, Magnifi Gramarye? I can do that. Fun fact, I can do that trick he's doing. I have done that. I think I did that the other day. I was doing a mini magic show. It's really easy. It's kind of a lame trick. The fire in his glasses is awesome, yeah. Wait, really? It's super easy. The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Gramarye line will be no more. I also have a flower stem that you light it on fire and I can turn it into a rose. I got lots of fun magic tricks. Finding out you're actually a magician is probably the craziest part of this chapter. No one believes me. The Gramarye line will be no more. I believe it. I have literally like 5 decks of cards in front of my computer right now. I was never told. Well, I'm a magician. I do magic tricks. I keep decks of cards. I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but every now and then I shuffle them. I do believe you, just never came up. My perfect alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is. A simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? Staff did say he was there at the station. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. Sure hope that they don't perform the coffin trick on me. Listen. It'll go exactly how... If I did, it'd go exactly how this show went. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi.
But that can't be right. If Mr. Retinas is the killer, he'd have to have been at the theater.
There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. The saw a person in half trick, but there's no trick and they saw you in half. I assure you there are no holes on Mr. Reyes' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest, and my real alibi. My perfect alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually been at the theater during those 10 minutes killing the victim? Ho ho ho. Allow me a stab at reading your mind. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings, Raja. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card? That was very clever of him. Right, the coin sound is getting annoying. It really is. It's rough. It's like claviers snapping in Dual Destinies. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Ratings Raja special production. Yeah. Hang loose, baby. It's called Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that. But what's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. Damn! Sounds morally incorrect. And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. Bro's a hater. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Penrose performance.
Hold it!
How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. He's Trucy's evil twin. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. Another sibling. Yay! The Gramarye family grows. He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now. And there it is. Simple, perfect alibi, no tricks, no tricks. Okay. I've got it. Do you have a brother? Is his name Apollo Justice? Brother? I can't believe he's doing the twin thing again. A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? Is he called Apollo? Again with the twins business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? It worked last, who knows, maybe everyone in this courtroom has twins, okay? If you do not believe him defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Joke's on you. I'm full of fruits. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. Is it? It worked the first time. It's not that uncommon. Ugh, his alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. It was mentioned for a reason, you know? Yes. Oh, there's the butterfly! I love this animation with his butterfly. That's so pretty. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. He's literally a magical girl. Holy skin. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your Honor's head. I don't even play League. It is? He had another double? How many doubles does this guy have? The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, Truce will be thrown in prison and will be out of a job. But if you... No, you won't! Because we proved the contract was fake! Like, even if we lose this trial here and Truce goes to jail, we've already proven that he forged the contract with carbon paper. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price? I told you I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Not the tuna boat. Think, Justice. You have to figure this out. It's twins. Again. It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Reyes. And stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Right, that has the same name pronunciation as a Chainsaw Man character, and it's so hard to get over. Ha ha ha! Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his?
That's what professional magicians do. They make their audiences see something that isn't really there.
In other words, you make us see illusions, right?
We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen.
Truce, you're not supposed to tell people that.
What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is.
Could it be? You know what, Mr. Martinez? Truce, you snitch. You're getting jumped. You broke the magician's code. They're gonna beat you up in a parking lot. I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad?
Have you got something, Apollo?
I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Martinez's magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all of my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Athena? There's something uncanny about this case.
Okay, what is it?
Martinez's alibi. It's too perfect. The killer used the mirror reflection to make the body appear, of course.
That's true. It's like it's impossible to break, no matter how hard we try.
But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think.
I'm not following.
We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi.
Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right?
It's definitely a possibility. Would the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there?
Your Honor, we're just gossiping.
Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. Not that. Probably not the crime scene. The culprit was on scene. Judge has gotten so much sassier throughout the games. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? Like in a car on his way there? What if there was actually some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Martinez's perfect alibi would become irrelevant. It was an elaborate ruse.
Objection.
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection.
But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Mr. Reyes' body will appear in the supposedly empty coffin, which should cause a big ruckus. After capturing a bit of a true reaction of film, Mr. Reyes will come back to life, laughing and flying up into the air, causing another round of suspense. Oh my god. Mr. Hat is the killer. Well, if it's not the culprits, then who is it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. Oh my god, Mr. Hat did it. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor, during the magic show itself. Mr. Hat, no. In that case, please point out in the show footage for us. This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Mr. Hat. Oh, I actually know where this is. We saw it earlier. Okay, it's when, yeah. It's when Mr. Hat goes up. I noticed it the first time they said suspicious shadow.
Take that.
Doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow for the court?
Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire.
Then could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too?
No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there.
In other words, this second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. I've got it. It pulled the victim's body up where Mr. Hat with the sword remained and Mr. Hat stabbed him. I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage? The victim.
Take that.
If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Reyes. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim? Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Martinez? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. Look at his butt. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled into the air. So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says? Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And the last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece de resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show.
Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out?
Yeah, I think so. If we could just look beyond Mr. Martinez's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. The French there. I can barely speak French, but I dare say you could. Thanks, King. It's nice to hear a compliment on my other language pronunciation. I appreciate it. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. I'm backflipped. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? Oh my god, to murder him! Is that what? Yeah! Mr. Hat did it! Mr. Hat did it! Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in that coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of the prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. Oh, Mr. Hat's innocent! Mr. Hat's innocent! It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What? You mean... Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Martinez was at the time of death. Yeah. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. Why do they always nya on reveal? They always go nya. Nya. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall. So Betty's the murderer. Got it. Lock her up. Which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up. I knew it. I knew Betty was the murderer. And into the blade in the cushion. That was no point in invitation for you to do it. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. Stop. No. That's why nobody saw the blade.
Oh, and that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape.
The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too. No, Mr. Hat suffered a casualty when he was pulled up to the cushion. Oh, Betty.
I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it.
You were used, Betty. Roger Martinez used you. I have a friend that does VTubing, please. There's so many meows it physically hurts.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Martinez arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all these things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Martinez, who killed the victim all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Stop nyahing in the chat. Nya! Grammary! It's a trauma thing for me. Uh-oh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers. Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. That was hot. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Red pepper. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sadmati? You should have seen the things he was calling him yesterday, Matt. He's called him a stink bug. Apollo wants to be a beetle. And then he called him a monkey. It's like, come on. No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. Quite the artist we have. But Mr. Martinez retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. Just like not a good one. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? No, go ahead. Make the joke. Go ahead. That's where the blood-stained sword was found, after all. That is a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage. Bro has 0 balls. No balls. No balls. Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. No, she does not. Yeah. Now Apollo's meowing. Every time they make that sound now, I'm gonna go, meow. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. Oh, screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it. See you on Monday. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time at last to let it go and move on. Ugh. Someone get this man a LeBron dunking kit. Are you seeing this, magnifique Grammary? My magic is exacting a punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammary name is done for. Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use, which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Martinez couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Martinez, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Who do you think you are, Miles Edgeworth? That's his superpower. Logic. As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. Oh, Bonnie's messed up. Part of the magic show wasn't a part of the show's original script. Bonnie's mistake, yeah. She put Mr. Hat on the wrong side. And her superpower is a gay cop. Bonnie made a mistake. Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick? I need a present! 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 The answer is Mr. Hat's positioning, but her life choices is so funny. I just need to see. I need to see. What is this actual Danganronpa minigame? No, I should never say a person's life choices are a mistake. I'm sure she can be a great magician someday if she works hard at it. Good luck, Bonnie. Anyway, getting back to the case. What was it that Bonnie did during Trucy's escape trick? Okay. I had to do that. It was funny. Alright, his positioning. Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot! Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of the left. Woof. Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? The blood? The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin, too. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood in the left hole. But the hole was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have... Oh, swap the coffin sides! Some Vine booms would really spice this game up. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. Oh, that's why the fingerprints were, weird. That's right. The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Martinez, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real, no No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Yeah. And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Roger Martinez tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Yes.
Take that!
The fingerprints are inverse. The fingerprinting results. But what about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his print should have looked like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? It is strange, isn't it? How did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the blood stain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite the one that Trucy had used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? Because there'd still be traces. You ever use luminol, Judge? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor. Because of a little something called— Yo! He said it! Because of a little something called luminol testing. Let's go! Luminol! Right, luminol. I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Martinez? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection.
Trucy Wright could have done the same just as easily. What? No, she wouldn't have. Why would she try to frame herself? You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence. Because there's no— Trucy wouldn't do that. It makes no sense. But I do have proof. What? The person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side. Oh my! You're absolutely right. Someone throw beads at him. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sadmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Get him! Destroy him, Apollo! Destroy him! He got attacked by his own piece! Oh my god! They just uppercut him! But Prosecutor Sadmati, are you alright? Whoa. As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it. Is he okay? That seemed a bit harsh. He just got uppercut by his prayer beads. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident, and the only person who fits the bill, Roger Martinez, is you, Roger Martinez. Gramarye! All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been canceled. Permanently. Damn, Apollo with the zingers. Get him, Apollo. All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Oh, breakdown. Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Reyes. Witness a magic far greater than Troop Gramarye's. Oh, burn. Oh no, Thalissa. Crumble. Valant, no. fall to my furious flames.
Zach!
The great Mr. Reyes will bring an end to you all.
Magnifi, no!
And now for the final heir to the Gramarye name. Right here, right now, you two shall Huh? No, this isn't right. Oh, whoa. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop. No. Curse you, Gramarye. The breakdowns, the Spirit of Justice breakdowns so far have been hella awesome. Oh my god, they've been so good. They're so cool. They really stepped up the breakdown game. Curse those Gramaryes. That was so cool. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss. Man, what's up with everyone cursing us to hell and to the abyss?
Do you really hate us that much?
Yeah, I thought that was Tracy.
Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifi Gramarye, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that it would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me. Go, Tracy.
But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder.
What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me. That's all.
I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician.
Get him, Tracy! Destroy him! Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see, so in the end, Troupe Gramarye was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. It's Reyes. I just realized this whole time it's Reyes. Mysterious. I just got it. Oh, it's Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. I was wondering the whole time what the joke was. I really was not getting it. Until I mispronounced it there. I'm like, oh my god, that's funny. That's why I didn't... Ugh! You don't deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Gramarye. You lose. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. Bailiff, please take Mr. Retinez away. Isn't his doppelganger like a synonym for mystery? It's Man of Mystery. His doppelganger's name was Man of Mystery. And bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. I can't spell mysterious. There you go, you got it. Huh? What does Tracy look so down? Miss Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? that smile of a true entertainer as I do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty.
Huzzah! Yay, confetti! I missed the confetti.
Oh. You done from your throwing a fit, Nayuta? Judge is so grandpa coded. Court is adjourned. He totally visits the agency. He stops by on the holidays. Oh, just dropping off a present for my grandkids.
Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy, grazie a Dio. Now you can open up your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Reyes is gone, I need to find somebody to replace him.
I don't like the way she's looking at me. He overfeeds Trucy, Apollo, and Athena with snacks, and they're all like, you know we're adults, and he doesn't care.
Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Martinez used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, we had to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Martinez. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. But Betty, why? He used to be a huge fan of Trucy's.
Wait, there's two? Matt. They're twins, Matt. That's that was the Oh god, Betty's a bat. She is. There's twins, Matt. That's why they wouldn't let Apollo get away with it a second time. I was with my friends. Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Just playing with you.
But Betty, why? Used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! I've always hated her. Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself. But Betty, you still have her autograph from when— Girl, just shut up!
Oh. Was she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Oh. Oh. Wow, Trucy. I never knew that being the best could be so tough.
Come on, Bonnie, we're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy!
Oh. Oh.
Polly, do you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Some Trucy understands. Sometimes being so awesome is difficult. Huh? No way, she's not. We don't need this just happened. We do not need a flashback. This just happened. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you'd be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
Why is there a memory filter over it? Ain't no memory. Let's all flash back to 5 minutes ago. You see, so in the end, Troop Gramarye was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. Oh, you're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. I remember it like it was yesterday. Trucy, don't tell me you're talking about taking what Martinez said to heart.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful gramarye magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful gramarye magician because of this.
Take that!
You're also my sister. My grandfather's notebook? No, Trucy. Our grandfather's notebook. The Gramarye Creed. We are siblings. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy.
A great magician?
Me? You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Rotina's said.
Oh, Polly. Thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me? It is really cruel that they're making Apollo and Trucy think that their mother is dead. Like, that's so cruel and evil to think that they're both orphans. He's gonna reveal it before he's dead. That's so funny.
I remember what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Worst possible wording.
Yes, I remember doing it.
Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So, I'm gonna prove your innocence. Don't worry. You're going to be fine.
Bleh. Your words were what kept me going.
Aww. Aww.
Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. Oh, so glad I could help make that happen. Oh, my sweeties. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything.
But why?
Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too.
You have nothing to apologize for. You're just doing your job.
You're too kind.
Oh, I don't know about... Huh?
Is something wrong, Emma?
Oh!
Oh! Ah! It's his front-facing sprite for the first time. Prosecutor Sadmati? What are you doing here? Detective Sky. Yeah? I required your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. He just zipped. Wait! Prosecutor Sadmati! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? Oh. What? You've really changed, Nayuta. Lamrawar is gonna visit in a future case and she'll be like, how are my kids? And he'll be like, what? And it get explained. You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff? What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Oh. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me. He just... Boop. He doesn't even fade, he just goes... Boop. There he goes. What was that all about, Apollo?
How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Acquaintances? It seemed like something more than that.
Yeah, well...
You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on. Let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future. Sure, if you say so. Hey, it's Mr. Wright. Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo, how's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? He's gonna have to pay, isn't he? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout.
She said the thing.
Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
Phew, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now, I know I can trust you to hold down the fort at any time. Me? Really? Yeah, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. Aw. Was that the first time the word turnabout has been used despite it being the title of every single chapter? I think it is. I don't remember them ever saying turnabout in dialogue. They might have, like, once or twice, but, like, not really. No need for that, boss. To go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world. Full-fledged.
So, Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
No. He just asked me to go to cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but...
Good. Then it's settled.
April 29th, Penrose Theater. Stage.
Objection!
Oh. I should have known. Oh! Oh! That's so cute! Oh! This is adorable! This is the cutest thing! That this is what she meant! Oh, that's so cute!
Magical girl Trucy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet.
That was he only just reacted to it. The whole time he was like getting into the coffin, like, alright. She's trying to get him in there. He's like pulled up onto the stage and stuck in the coffin, and then he doesn't start reacting until after the chains are on. Wait a minute.
There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute. You're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die.
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what you have to do with that sword.
Trucy, he has trauma. No, wait, stop. No! Ah! Oh, that's a... Oh, ah.
And that is how Trucy and Gramarye Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of an ending is that? Imagine how much worse it would be for him if Mr. Hat actually did it. Hey, we've done it. The end. Oh, I'm not gonna stream for much longer. I'm gonna end very soon. But I do want to play a little bit of the next chapter just for Matt's sake. This is one of the best guys. It was good. It was fun.
Wakey, 201. Got some more questions.
Yep, Matt, for you.
Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on. We're small fries compared to... Huh?
Whoa. Whoa. May 9th, 3:30 p.m. Temple. Another fine day in the kingdom of Karian. The murder in this case is cool. I had to use that, I'm sorry. No, it's fine, it's fine. So peaceful here. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. It sure was a rough start. Now, to do what I came here to do, to see Maya. Her long ascetic training is finally coming to an end. But before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. I'm assuming this is Albie? Mr. Wright! Yeah.
Hapaparake.
Hi, Albie. Happy Parake.
Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Karian.
I don't know about that. But I guess all that practicing is paying off.
Have you gotten used to life at the temple?
I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me.
Yeah, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn.
One sec. I'm so excited.
After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Karian.
Hats off to you guys. I don't know how you do it.
And today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in the world than being able to pray to your heart's content.
I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So what makes today so special anyway?
You mean you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year.
That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. Wonder what her role in it is. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite?
What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite.
That was very culturally ignorant from Phoenix.
It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role.
Wow, that's really something.
It really is. Helping out such an amazing person has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life.
So, who is this Lady Kira you've mentioned?
Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought valiantly to establish the kingdom of Karian.
Let me stop you right there. Yes, Matt. Please become a voice actor for overexcited characters, or are you already one? I am. To be fair, I already am a voice actor, but...
Is something wrong?
I appreciate it. No, it's just, I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Wait, what? I am, yeah. One sec. What? I got like, I think on my YouTube I have like a playlist full of like a bunch of projects I voice acted in and stuff. No way, what? No, it's just I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story.
Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell.
I'd love to do it professionally though. That'd be awesome. I do it like semi-professionally. I've gotten paid a few times, but yeah, I'd love to be like to do like overacted characters. That's my calling.
Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell.
Phew, dodged a bullet there.
Oh right, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the Wright with this.
An English guidebook? Where did you dig this up from?
I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it.
Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See, that's her name there in the book. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. Alright, the guide to Coriolan's rites written for tourists. Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite is to take place. Let's go to the place of devotion. I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold though. I think I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Oh my god. Let's go. Ooh. They're going. May for Maya Faye. It's so cold. Feels like the air itself is made of ice. But look at all these people. Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira to protect our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is. Devoted? Right. But couldn't they just as easily do all this praying someplace warmer? No, Phoenix. This, too, is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower. Further up at the end of those stairs is the inner sanctum. Phoenix is so insensitive. He really is. Like, dude, you're in their country. I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious. Of course we are! After all, Karayan is also known as the land of prayer. It's also said we Karayanese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer. What? 15? From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. You see all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people. Oh, he's talking about these colorful strips of cloth. There's something written on each one. Such piety is the glory of our people, and I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now. Oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Oh. Pardon me, O noble traveler. Oh.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And who might you be? Maya?
I died. Miss Maya, Hap Paraki. Hap Paraki, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey. Thanks? The best character has returned.
Long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act?
Yeah, you could say that again. Well, she is, like, old now. This is Maya Faye. Maya! She's a spirit medium from Karayan Village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time. But that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count. I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. law offices. I'm too hyped. Now she's here, training to be the leader of Karayan Village and the master of her craft. I must perform gymnastics. Apparently, to become the master of the Karayan channeling technique, you have to train here in Karayan, since this is where the technique originated. Didn't I sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now? Too bad that's all I learned from all the training I did. Maya Faye, age 28, a practitioner of the Karayan channeling technique. We used to take all sorts of cases together. You haven't changed a bit, Maya. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean? She may look a little much more on the mature side, She may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside, she's still the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that. Oh, Maya Faye has returned. 17 in our hearts, for real. Forever 17. Forever 17. Oh, thank you guys so much for turning up. Just for you, Matt, we got to Maya. I was like, I'm gonna keep playing until I see Maya in the thumbnail for the next episode. Just for you. Bye, bye guys. I said jump in a raid. It was so much fun. We beat the magical turnabout. Now we're back in Korean with Maya. Hopefully she doesn't get accused of murder again. You know how she is. Thank you guys for turning up. It's been fun. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, gamers. Bye-bye.